Yo, DJ, you are running this right now. So you know what to do with this song.
Turn this to the top.
My name is Trevor Davey. I come from London, South London, originally from a town called Balham, charming little town. Most of my music career I've been known as a music producer, remixer, songwriter. With all the experiences that I've correlated, especially with artist development, I'm doing vocals myself, so I'm an artist as well now. So it would be artistry, music productions and songwriting, aka Intuition One. Musical influences for me is a bit of a funny one, I'll tell you why. The road that I grew up on, there was like 3 sound systems, and my dad had a sound system in his house, and my mum, she was a budding pianist. We had a piano in the shed. There was also a guitar in the house, so it was almost like an abuse of noise, you know. I can remember songs like Hey Fatty Boom Boom. I can't remember who sang it for the life of me. But yeah, there was elements of gospel, there was elements of even pop influence and stuff like that. But even though I had become a multi-instrumentalist at the time of, you know, becoming in my early teens, I never took music seriously until I came across a film called Colour Purple, and the music in the film was very profound. It's like the music spoke. It kind of brought emotions in a way that made me start to realise there's more to music than just a beat or someone singing. So that's when I started listening to people like Quincy Jones, Nile Rodgers, Dr. Dre. He was very influential with, you know, in the urban sector. Sly and Robbie for the reggae and others. Fatis, he was responsible for Sizzler and artists like that. LA and Babyface, they was responsible for a wide range of music. So yeah, it was more producers that fashioned my mind in music. The reason why I decided to come up with a project of this nature is because at the beginning of the year, I always go through a process of realignment, readjustment, reevaluation, you know, so you can come fresh, new, you know, update your program. I felt that there was a bit of disconnection in the way that I was approaching music and how I saw music being approached. Everything kind of sat in their niches, you know. Each artist that I was working with, you know, you go there, you go there, you go there, what type of music can you do? Okay, let's try some house with you to see what happens. And, you know, it just felt a little bit plasticated. It just felt like too, you know, there wasn't, you know, the full passion of why I got into music in the first place. It kind of started to lose its essence. And I wanted to create a project that brought about a sense of realism, because, you know, we can look at music and the state of music today, and there's a voluminous amount of music that's coming at you. But at the core of it, you're asking somebody to listen to what you've got for 3 minutes, and doing that, you've got to value their time, because that's sacred time to ask somebody, excuse me, can you listen to what I've just done for 3 minutes? So instead of just coming at them from a false level where you don't feel connected to where you're coming at them, came to answering that question, what is it that you have to say? This is where the idea of the group came in, and I formed the group at the beginning of the year. And the core value of where we was all coming from, even as individual characters, you know, the intrinsic philosophy of where we're coming from is, yes, we do have something to say, and yes, it's worth you listening, because not only is it going to make you happy, put a smile on your face, but we're going to come fresh, we're going to come profound, we're going to be coming, you know, the lyrics, they're going to be intellectually challenging. Look at it in a perspective of, I'm going to say greatness, because what we're aiming to do is bring about the real qualities of what music is supposed to be about, especially for this era that we're living in. We've got to bring back great songmanship, even quality of music, you know, diversity, and the ability to express at a high level. So the lineup for the group, I couldn't dream of anything better. First, let's talk about Moni Tavoni, great guy, full of character, full of warmth, full of bubbly laughter, and again, full of talent, dynamic, expressive.
Me say, no woman, no cry, yeah, yeah. No woman, no cry.
My name's Moni Tavoni, I'm 33 years old, and I was born in London and I was raised in Essex. I started singing when I could talk, just, you know, as soon as a baby starts talking, that's how I was, but I could start singing.
This is great.
Don't get too technical.
These are great.
So I've been singing for as long as I could talk, just, you know, as a baby. As soon as I started talking, I started singing. My first memory as a singer was probably when I was about 4 years old. I remember sitting in the car, going on a long journey with my family, and we're listening to the radio, and My Sharia More comes on, and I started singing along with it, and I just loved impersonating what I heard at the time, and you know, it just made me feel good, and that was kind of the start and the basis of where my love really came for music. My musical influences are Stevie Wonder, probably the biggest influence for me musically and vocally. I love my R&B, people like R. Kelly, Boyz II Men, and then there's the reggae side of things where I love Bob Marley, Dennis Brown, Beres Hammond, massive influences in the way that I've sculptured my musical side of things as I've grown up.
The melody's pure and true. Everybody say, this is my it's gonna be, oh yeah, it's gonna be alright.
And then you have Danai. He is a super guy. When you first meet him, you think he's very shy, quiet, and, you know, reserved. But once he opens up, he's a bubble of love. He's full of energy. He's full of love and abundance. He's the type of guy that wants to give you a big hug and find out if you're alright. That's Danai.
I got my issues from the past, but I don't go broke my vibes today. And only the Father knows how hard I've tried, hey, to do things right. I'm just living my life, oh yeah, in the best way I can, but to my dreams, yeah. I'm just living my life, oh yeah, in the best way I can, closer to my dreams is where I wanna be.
My name's Danai, I'm from London, Southwest London to be precise. A place called Tooting, SW17, a place where a lot of great people come from. If you didn't know, do your research, check it out. My musical influences are quite diverse, as I grew up listening to a lot of soul and reggae music, artists such as Lionel Richie, Marvin Gaye. Reggae was like Peter Tosh, Jacob Miller, Junior Reid. Other influences was basically when I was younger, my godfather, they was part of a group called Matumbi, which was like a very big group back in the 70s and 80s, and they used to rehearse in my basement. So although I wasn't really singing or taking up no musical instruments, it's like just the bare fact that the vibration was around me kind of seeped into my blood and, you know, influenced me and inspired me to where I'm at today. basically, obviously Capital T, I've done a lot of solo projects with him, so when he engaged me in the project, and also said that Moni would be involved, and I know a bit about Moni's track record. Before my solo project, I was involved in like a group scenario, so I kind of know the unity and the strength that being part of a group can bring when each individual is, you know, got the same enthusiasm and the same love for what's going on. So right now, the three of us definitely have that, and you know, three magic number where I seal up the Trinity.
There was a unified agreement that we all love reggae music, so that was a definite undercurrent to the sound that we're going to come. We all love expressing at the forefront, so we decided we're not going to hold bars in how the songs come. We've all got something interesting to say around the topic, so all three of us are going to come up front, fire, and straight away the dynamics right there, it felt, you know, there's a cultural thing happening there, which was more than just, you know, a guy with two backing singers or ABC. And we decided, okay, we're going to push it up front, we're going to bring on an alternative rock sound, we're going to bring on dub sound, we're going to bring drum and bass, we're going to bring everything that makes you move. And the philosophy behind it all, because the energies, once we're all charged, it feels like a movement, it feels bigger than a genre, it feels like a trend, which is like the core of a legacy. I Definition, tag IP. I Definition is about identifying with yourself, identifying with your surroundings. Be definitive in who you are. Be definitive in what you're going. Be definitive in what your life is about.
Set your ambition like your program sat navigation. Love days in the life is all about self-innovation. Rise above any circumstance and all implications.
If you take the rules and work with the regulations, make a wrong move and you end up in a situation. You find your purpose, work out your life plan, no time to sit down, find your right direction.
So I beg you stop, walk
around like you got no place to go. Like you're never gonna be. It's only you that matters. It's only you you're looking for. You have to open up your I definition. And if you stop, walk around like you got no place to go. Like you're never gonna be. It's only you that matters. It's only you you're looking for. Open up your I definition.
Enough of them a move like them blind from conception, but who can you blame when there's no direction?
Stuck in isolation, lost in an addiction. No need for restriction. It's not the way.
Life has to move on, and you gotta get stuck in a frustration. So while you are start out, you no resolution. Make sure you're helping someone else, otherwise life has no sense of completion.
Operate your mind on the higher eye. Make you feel divine. Do you feel alive? Boy, don't be scared to try. Life is worth a fight. If you're gonna fly, make it worth your while. By reaching for the top, giving all you got. Times may change, but life goes on. Don't stop. It's only you that it matters to. That's why you got to stop, walk around like you